Hi, and welcome to Mediation Works. I'm Wendy Lakusta, and I'm here with my partner, Sharon Sutherland. And we're here today with some special guests. They're colleagues of ours, a lot of years as mediators working together. We've got Gordon White, we've got Julie Daum, and we've got Richard Singer. And what this segment is about is pretty straightforward. We've all worked together not just as mediators, but as mentors as well. Some of us both as mentors and mentees. And what we want to talk about is what do we get out of mentoring? And part of the reason we want to talk about this is we want to encourage people with a lot of experience out there in mediation to offer their help to new mediators. So we want to talk about what the benefits are in offering mentoring services, whether it's through a formal kind of thing or whether it's a less intense and more personal kind of way. So I'd like to start off with let's go to Julie and see what your thoughts are, Julie.
Thanks, Wendy. So there's a few things, and one of the things that I think is I really started mentoring because I wanted to create colleagues in the work. And especially in my geographical area, I have colleagues, a lot of you in the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island, not so many in the North. So I really wanted to create a community in the geographical area and also amongst the Indigenous community. And partly for that is to share the work that I cover a large area and to be able to refer work to other people. And also when I'm struggling or having a difficult time, that I have created colleagues that I can turn to that can assist me with that. So that's been a big piece of it for me. And also for me, one of the responsibilities I have as a Wet'suwet'en woman is once I learn something, I'm responsible to teach others. So to pass on the knowledge that I've gained. And also as an extrovert, to have other people to talk to. So I don't like working alone that much. So it fulfills my own personal needs to be able to have some social time in working as well.
Perfect. That's great. So, Richard?
Well, for me, pretty much my whole career has been in the helping professions. I've moved around in different professions, but it's always been working with others and helping others. And part of mediating and part of mentoring is, helping others. So I really enjoy doing that. And in particular with mediation, I really enjoy and get a lot of intrinsic value from seeing people grow and develop as mediators, and people that maybe don't have the confidence or don't come from a mediation background, and they're unsure of themselves and their skills, trying to nurture and develop them and work with them and provide them with feedback and positive reinforcement, and see them become better at being mediators. And I really feel good about that. And so a lot of it is, for me, it's the intrinsic value of the intrinsic worth of just helping others grow and develop in their, as mediators and in their practice of mediation. So that's really important to me. The other thing that I mentioned in one of the other video clips, of course, is that I learn from the mediators as well. So that's a benefit for me. Sometimes they come at situations from a different angle. They have different experiences and different competencies that I respect. And some of them take the time to do a lot of research because they're motivated. And so they approach some of the mediation situations in a unique way and with information maybe that I don't have. So I learn from that, and I learn from them as human beings. And that's another aspect of it that I appreciate, and that is a benefit to me as a mediator.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest one for me as well, because I don't look at mentoring as a hierarchical kind of I'm the know-it-all and I'm going to teach you. My style today is probably a result of mentoring for 20 years. I mean, that's the reality, is that I've learned so much from the people I've worked with. So, yeah, Gordon, what are your thoughts? Because I know you bring a really unique perspective to mentoring.
Well, I was listening to Richard, and I could hear, Richard, in the sound of your voice, when you talked about how you value helping others. There's another angle on this that I also value a great deal, and that is like in a particular instance where where someone who I'm, if you say loosely mentoring, to use that word, someone is consulting me over a situation that they're in or that they're going into, and then afterwards I learn how my assistance made a difference. And so, that person may have spent the better part of a week on this piece of work. I only assisted for 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but I made a very significant difference somehow based on my experience. So to me, that's like having a lever where I'm able to, connect with the situation briefly, but have a really significant effect. And I find that gratifying, and it's something that I couldn't do when I had less experience. It's based on the years of experience that I can provide that kind of help to someone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Sharon, what are your thoughts?
Well, I absolutely agree with what I'm hearing from everybody else. I mean, I definitely am gratified by many of the different things that happen during a mediation. But I'm going to throw out something that's a little bit different just because while those might be my primary motivations, there's another one that might just resonate with some other people. I get really easily bored. I am bored so quickly. And so when I am doing a mediation myself, and I'm doing a few mediations in a row of the same sort of thing, I actually get bored. I find that it is really stimulating to have somebody else in the room asking questions, trying to learn. It stimulates me to think about things in different ways. And it keeps me actively interested and excited about the work. And I think that's actually a really important benefit. The more people I talk to with the more perspectives and the more questions they have, the more excited I am and the more continually excited I am about the work I'm doing. Whereas I truly can become just, it's the same thing, same old, same old. It's fantastic to have new voices, new questions, new ideas.
Yeah, definitely. It's the challenge is great. It does, and it keeps you very present. You have to be present.
Yeah, that's actually a great comment because it's very true that if you're co-mediating with somebody, and even if you know them quite well, they'll still do something that you weren't expecting. They're still going in a direction that was new to you, and you have to be way more responsive. It adds a whole layer to the process of mediation that I actually find really exciting because the more challenging it is, the better. At a certain point in your practice, it's fun when it starts being, let's add a new level. Let's add something else to it so that we're constantly thinking, constantly present, constantly aware of what's going on.
Yeah, totally.
There's another aspect to the mentoring. I think that's also significant, in that there's this passing the torch element. Mm-hmm. Is that we need to be introducing new mediators to the profession, and the profession is growing, and there are lots of ways mediators can enter the profession. But certainly by mentoring other mediators, you're opening the door for other mediators to seek that as a full-time practice, and especially younger people, who maybe they're coming into it with not as much life experience or work experience. But you need younger mediators, and younger mediators probably need to be and want to be mentored. And so it provides us with an opportunity to use our experiences to share with them and to provide them with a little bit of insight, and to help them, guide them along so they get to a point where they become the next generation of mediators. And I think we have to be cognizant of that because, well, let's face it, we're all moving on a little bit, and we have to do a little bit of succession planning as a career, as a profession. So it's just another aspect of it that I enjoyed, working maybe with younger people to introduce them into the field so that they can then develop their own practices in time.
Yeah, we do hear, Richard. It's interesting because quite a few younger mediators will report back that when they're talking to people about mentoring, they'll actually hear from people, why would I train you to take my work? So it's, which is, I think a really, it's an odd perspective because yes, there's the passing the torch, but there's also the let's build the practice. how do we expand the practice? It's by reaching out to different places, hitting different demographics with mediation, making people more aware so that there actually is more work. So I think there's just a benefit generally to all of us and to mediation generally to be reaching out and helping more people learn about it, helping more people engage in it in different ways. But yes, as you're talking about that, I'm very conscious that I've had a few new mediators say, no, I just keep hearing, I wouldn't train my competition. Well, I think we actually increase mediation the more people we get engaged in it.
Well, I think we increase mediation, but we also, it enhances the credibility of this profession.
Sure.
I mean, if we think back to 20 years ago when we were sort of starting out, most of us, mediation wasn't mainstream. They still called it alternative, dispute resolution or alternate dispute resolution. Now, these days, it's not the alternate. It's the go-to, right? We're mainstream, and that's happened through building the profession, and mentoring has been a huge part of that, I think.
I just want to add one further thing, because I love how everybody is altruistically thinking about it, and that I think there's a small part of me that maybe isn't so altruistic, and that it actually enhances my reputation. If I've mentored somebody and they're a fantastic mediator, people think better of me.
And you're a prime example of that for me, Julie.
Oh yeah, we all try and take credit for you, Julie. There's like a dozen of us who fight about, oh no, I had an influence. I'm sure.
So anyway, Sharon, do you want to wrap it up?
Sure. I'll ask quickly if anybody had anything else they wanted to add. No? Okay, great. Well, sorry. Well, then thank you all. I really appreciate you all joining us this morning. That was fantastic. And I'm looking forward to getting this out there and hearing from others in the community. Please do join us with comments and commentary on the website and in a variety of different ways. We want to hear about all the reasons why you mentor too. Thank you.